They lost their lives within sight of the country they hoped would change their lives. Today, amid much outpouring of grief, some of those killed in the Christmas Island boat disaster were farewelled by loved ones at special funeral services in Sydney. Mourners, both Muslim and Christian, appealed to the governments to free asylum seekers who escaped the shipwreck but remain in detention. Survivors were flown in from Christmas Island at taxpayers' expense, and that's led to a rift in coalition ranks. Philippa McDonald reports.
Grief for the lives that could not be saved. This is the first time survivors and relatives of those killed in the Christmas Island shipwreck have been allowed out of detention since the tragedy 2 months ago. They've been flown and bussed in for a brief reunion with relatives at the funerals of their loved ones.
It is very heartless and it is very rough. The government should show some humanity here. Some of these people have lost the entire family.
8-year-old Sinan from Iran is among the detainees. He's burying his father. The bodies of his mother and brother have not been found. Today there were calls for him to be released from detention.
I cry for them. I feel very hard.
They will be moved into the community, but they'll be done so sensitively and they'll be done so at a time which is an appropriate time.
Sinan's auntie, who lost her sister, was today inconsolable. She was not alone.
Australian people help them to don't return them to Christmas Island because really jail.
I'm sorry.
The operators of the Christmas Island Detention Centre did not want detainees like Madian El Ibrahimi to talk to the media.
Can you please back up?
Madian El Ibrahimi was today burying his baby daughter Zara. His wife and son also died in the shipwreck. Speaking through an interpreter, he says he just wants to be with his Sydney-based brother.
I have nobody left and only I have my brother here.
If the opposition immigration spokesman had his way, these funerals would have been held on Christmas Island.
If those in Sydney wanted to attend that funeral, then they could have met their own expenses by travelling to where the ceremony was to be held.
But that stance is one that's not necessarily shared by all those in the coalition.
From my perspective, I would never seek to deny a parent or a child from saying goodbye to their relative.
It's appropriate to allow people to bury their dead and to grieve and to show them some respect as they do it.
But few could truly understand the scale of this grief. A family of 5 swept to their death, including 2 children under 10. Philippa McDonald, ABC News, Sydney.